You know how it is. It's always a few minutes late every time that I schedule this thing. But shout out to everybody in the chat. I'll get to you guys as much as possible. Had to jump back on because we got a little bit more news of CJ's official deal and numbers, and I'll go ahead and throw that up here on the screen. But the contract details: CJ Gardner Johnson was 3 years, $27 million, $10 million in guarantees. That's it, $10 million. Like that's a crazy incentive type of deal, which is great. It's fantastic news for the Eagles. If you haven't already, hit the like button. I appreciate it. But it's phenomenal news. CJ Gardner Johnson is back with the Eagles. Thomas and I broke it. I shouldn't say broke it, but we hopped on YouTube and talked about it going live. It's just a wild time during free agency, and not gonna lie, it's been a lot of not much sleep. But it's fun. I mean, it's exciting. So you got CJ Gardner Johnson. This deal, I think, is great. I'm curious to get people's take, too. We were very, quick to cover all the news and break everything down, but I didn't get to interact with as much people, and y'all know that we do a Tuesday night hangout as much as possible, so I had to jump on here and get the takeaways, everything else. Shout out Cool Rains as Howie for GM of the Year. I mean, so far, he's made the right moves. I'm happy with it. Yeah, Tyler said, anyone have the updated cap number? I don't have the official. You have to get, I guess, the guarantees of the 10, but nothing outside of that. Shout out to Joke Sauce. What's up? Kramer, Jason, Charlie Dry. Good early morning from Italy. There you go. Keenan asking, who else are we going to pick up? Yeah, because Howie's not done. And there's a Josine Anderson. Let me throw this one up here. Josine Anderson with a tweet of Eagles still in the market, on the hunt for linebacker one way or another per league sources. So that one was a little bit ago, but Howie continuing to do something for linebacker. We need something for linebacker. I'm not going to deny that. Linebacker is something that we drastically need from that side. And then also, could we get another safety? There's been multiple reports out of Justin Simmons and the Eagles. I mean, still rumored interest. It sounds like the Titans are the front runner, but there's no official report. Diana Rossini had said that, the Titans are making a push for it, and they wanted CJ Gardner Johnson. They didn't get him, so naturally, it feels like that would be the more likely, that the Titans land Justin Simmons. But I don't know, like we were talking about a second ago. It's on the previous live. It wouldn't be totally crazy out of the question with the hybrid ability of CJ Gardner Johnson. You go get Justin Simmons. But shout out to Cool Rains. Yeah, I do need to give you some props, because the number of times that you said CJ Gardner Johnson, and I was honestly kind of like, I just didn't really think it was going to happen. The breakup or the way that he left felt like it just was going to take a lot. And, again, money talks. So they got a contract that he liked, and it works out for the Eagles. Only $10 million guaranteed. I think that's great. But he was able to look past it. I guess we all were. The cool part is, and, this was about 20 minutes ago, so you may have already seen it. But if you haven't, I mean, at least CJ is going out there and, making a public apology. So he says, I do owe the fans of Philly an apology. Regardless, this is an amazing place. We had some memories together. Let's go get us one. Obviously, in reference to the whole, being asked what's the thing that he hated the most or his least favorite thing, whatever, about Philly, and saying it's the fans and the people, and you know how it is. But also, got to give away a Saquon Barkley jersey. So I'm going to we'll spin for that too. If you haven't signed up for the Saquon jersey giveaway, we're going to do that at some point here. Got to make sure that everybody's actually inserted, or I guess gotten an entry on that. I'll post the link here. All right, so it was on one of the last videos. A lot of y'all probably saw it. I'll post the comment here. And and then I'll put it in the video description too. But it's that video. All you got to do is comment Saquon, and then I'm gonna spin for it here in a bit. But somebody's gonna get a Saquon jersey. Let me make sure and get the link in the description here. There you go. It's under the win a Saquon jersey. But literally all you got to do is enter Saquon in that video, and you got a shot. Not here. I appreciate the comments here. It doesn't count. It doesn't work if you. I mean, you can comment Saquon. That's fine, but it doesn't. The Saquon spinner only works for that other video. So the link is in the description. I also posted the link here in the chat. It's literally under the win Saquon jersey. You go to that video, you type in Saquon. I appreciate it. I figured that would probably start getting comments. Maybe I should have said that. It'll be on the other video. That's how it pulls the data from that one. So you have to go back to the other one. Michael Gonzalez, what's up, says Wowie Roseman. Yeah, dude's been so far, 2 days. You talk about acquisitions, moves being made, what he's done versus, others. I guess that's really for the whole NFC East, honestly, outside of the Cowboys. And I saw there was a tweet, might not be able to find it, but basically their acquisitions of extending a long snapper, and that's it for Dallas. So if you're a Dallas fan, this has got to be the most painful, FOMO. You're missing out on everything because you're watching all of your division rivals sign guys and bolster their teams on offense and defense, and then you're sitting there going, cool, all right, well, we have a quarterback controversy, weird thing going on with Dak, and can't pay anybody or just don't want to, and that's great. That makes it even doubly awesome. Yeah, asking, are we getting Kelly Green? Jack saying, are we getting Kelly Green? Yeah, we should be getting Kelly Green. Jorge, Curl would be nice. Cam Curl. Yeah, that'd be a possibility. You think you go after another safety? Yeti to be discovered. I could see Vic Fangio trying out 3 safety packages next year. Would be interesting. Definitely with the versatility of it. I will say, too, and this is the part that, I don't know, it makes you, because there was a question earlier of someone asking, and I've seen it a couple different times, but, it's like, okay, does Howie targeting these players? How much do the coordinators have a say? What does that dictate based on what Howie's going after? Granted, Howie's great and he knows team building and all this other stuff, but it was pretty cool because Thomas Peterson had put this up here, but James Palmer, if you didn't catch the clip, he was saying the Eagles targeted Saquon Barkley because of Kellen Moore. Like, Kellen Moore specifically wanted him due to scheme fit. Now, it's Saquon, so who doesn't want Saquon? But still, I'm just interested to know the dynamic of that, and you hear it at least of a report of Kellen Moore, I'm sure maybe asking or saying to Howie Roseman, a 3-down back would be much better in this system. If I could choose, that's who I want. Whatever the case may be, don't know the exact wording there, but you better believe if Kellen Moore is getting some input on that side, then Vic Fangio certainly is. And on the defensive side, we knew the holes. So clearly Xavier McKinney was that top pick. Just didn't get him, unfortunately. But you move on, you go to your next option, and I think CJ Gardner-Johnson was right up there near the top, if not number 2. Stuff 23 been an exciting couple days. Yeah, it's been crazy. And we're only 2 days in, and like you guys have seen, we're gonna go live for the 30-minute, 40-ish minute stuff if there's the breaking news. And then as best I can, I'm gonna keep doing the lives on the Tuesday night and Friday night hangouts and breaking down more of the news and what's going on and everything else. So, and like I say, always got to give away the Saquon jersey. So, Ryan, what's up? He says, did we get anyone else? No, we have not gotten anyone else. Not yet. But Howie's not done. According to reports, he is still pursuing Josina Anderson and Diana Rossini. I think a couple others as well, but still pursuing. Linebacker is a potential. And as well as safety. So I don't think it's out of the question if a Justin Simmons. It would seem a little bit crazy, but I don't know. China What's Up says, to be honest, I'm hesitant to get my hopes up or hopes right now just because of last season, but I'm happy with the way things are moving. Go Birds. Yeah, go Birds. I'm kind of with you on that. I've gone back and forth because it's easy for me to be like, sweet, we got all these guys. The team's going to be so much better, and it should be better because a number of reasons, like you're talking about. We got some acquisitions, the coaching should be better, and all this other stuff. But yeah, I'm with you. It's like I don't want to get too overboard or carried away to say, all right, let's see it first, because there's still plenty on the defense, especially, that you need to get shored up. But yeah, I'm definitely pumped. Yeah, I'm seeing some of the Saquon still waiting through those. Let's see. Oh, let's go. All right, you guys. Sorry, I was late, but we just got some memberships. Heck yeah. What was that? Was that Maxwell? How many was that? Heck yeah. Appreciate that, man. Sorry, mine was slow getting there, but 5 memberships. Let's see. Who was it? Joke Sauce, gifted membership. Brian Robertson, Cool Rains, Eagles fans too, and Johnny Cashner. All right, there you go. Maxwell the guy. Seth's asking where the link is for the Saquon Barkley giveaway. It's in the description. I just posted, I just updated it, so you should see it there. If you go to the description now, it just says win a Saquon jersey, and then it's got a link to that last video. All you got to do is click on that link, and then go in there and type in his first name. That'll give you a shot. Rashid says, who is the new major target? I'd like Isaiah Simmons. I don't know if Isaiah Simmons, I don't think I've seen anything there. But Justin Simmons continues to be linked to Philly. The Titans are the top, but can't send a message on that video. Really, Billy? You should be able to. It's showing that I can. You just got to click on that and then go to it and go to the comments. It should work. But yeah, no, Justin Simmons is the one that still getting interest, not done yet. And I think that says, all that you need to say is that even though the Titans are also linked to it, he's got some other suitors. So would it be I don't think it'd be unrealistic to say that side, but also the other major acquisition that continues to be talked about from a couple different reports is linebacker. And that's where I'm curious, because it in Josina Anderson, her official report, which I had to tweet up a second ago, I'll throw it up here again if there's been anybody new that's joining. Her wording is specific. A couple others have said that Eagles are interested in linebacker. They're still pursuing linebacker. Howie Roseman is. And there's some options available on that linebacker side. I'll pull up the list here in a second. But I think that's the probably most realistic. But it's the way that she words it too, is one way or another. And that leads you to believe it's going to be a trade. It's kind of strange. I don't know. But you also have Josh Sweat and Hassan Reddick that need to get done. So maybe you package those. You see if you get something there. But Seth says I should get a Saquon jersey. You might. You got a chance. Just make sure you're entered on that. Batman's Twins. What up, Josh? Good day to be an Eagles fan. It is. It's a great day to be an Eagles fan, and my family is hating it for, being Cowboys fans and dealing with the non-free agency. I mean, it's literally like they could just take the week off because Dallas is just not going to do anything. It's almost worse. Fred wants it. Josh B, love that it's not all one-year deals. Totally agree with that. Let me get the super chat here. Cisco, what's up? What's up, brother? We really need a linebacker and a corner. Totally agree. We definitely need both of those. I think corner's going to be in the draft. Mentioned that a couple different times, but yeah, you got to go linebacker and corner for sure. Let me see. I'm going to try to see if we go here and look at the possibilities. For linebacker, because I think that they'll address it in free. Surely they're going to address it in free agency. Corner to me feels more like it's going to be the draft. But we shall see here. And shout out to Anthony DeBona. I think this one will pull up for me. Yeah, shout out to Anthony DeBona who had listed the updated look at available linebackers, safeties following the reported signings. I think this is just about updated. This was 4 hours ago, so you can ignore a couple names on here. Like Willie Gay is gone. Levante David. I think that might be it. People can correct me if I'm wrong. I think those are the main two, unless there's another one that I'm forgetting based off of the news. But there's some names there. People saying they can't find the link for that Saquon giveaway. It should be in the description. I don't know if it's. I don't really know what else to. It's in the description. It's a couple rows down, but it says win a Saquon jersey, and then it's got the link to that video. So if you click on the link, Cindy's saying that she can't find it. Mr. Scorpio, hey Josh, it's weird that we haven't seen many players acknowledge these acquisitions. Side note, Maxwell is the GOAT, definitely for those memberships. Yeah, it's maybe a little strange, but I guess guys are on vacation, or some of them are. Like Landon Dickerson even was like, I'd normally be talking to Jordan Mailata, but he's in Italy. So I don't know. I mean, yeah, I'm with you that some of them, but Slay immediately acknowledged it. You know, he tweeted CJ and the signing on that side. So I don't know. And I guess AJ's kind of off of AJ's on Twitter, but not really. And Smitty, maybe not. There's a little bit more love on Instagram, I guess. But yeah, it's not to the extreme, I suppose. So Optimus Prime Ribs. Crazy you actually made a live stream. Well, welcome. Thanks for hanging out. Let me get this other one here. Let's see. Derek Starling, the 5-bomb. Appreciate that, man. Says, if we get Justin Simmons, I would bring Reed, doing linebacker. He is a great at open field tackler. Okay, I think I'm getting that correctly. Yeah, bring him to linebacker. Open field tackling. I think Reed's just a backup at that point. He's fine. He's serviceable. We've seen what he can do, but he's not a linebacker. I don't personally. I don't see that. There's too many other options to me. If you're going to go draft someone, would be probably the top priority at this point. Like I was mentioning, kind of went back to Cisco's super chat, but yeah, draft somebody, figure something out on that side, and I mean just keep Reed for depth, because I don't even want to say it to jinx, knock on wood, fingers crossed, whatever. But like, if you were to have an injury at safety, I'd rather him just be there as a backup option than saying, hey, let's get Reed on the field and play him at a linebacker position, which he's not. That's not his position, and there's tons of other options there. So I don't know. I mean, I appreciate the creativity there, but I I think you're better off just saying, hey, let's keep him on that side. All right. Some people are saying they're finding the... Okay, I think people are finding now the link to the Saquon giveaway. So... Let's see. We got making sure I'm not missing these either. Maxwell getting the thanks on the memberships. It's like flooding in here now, but trying to make sure that one updated. Bro, did you give 20 more? Heck yeah. Yeah, Maxwell is definitely the GOAT. I don't know why it's usually gives me the automatic update, and for some reason it's not updating right now, so I have to like go back and scroll, and then I'm able to see it. But let's go, man. 20 more during the free agency period. Heck yeah. Jules 007, Batman's twin, Maxwell. I guess Maxwell got his... You got your own. You certainly deserve it. I don't know if I've never seen that you can actually get your own, but heck yeah. Optimus Prime Ribs, Tabor Tots, Jeremy Usry, Fanny Eagles Girl Fan, James Dimes, John, David Ertz, BMO Careful, 50 Shades of Trey, Uncle Three Times, Brandon, Lewis, Michael, Sherman, Trey, Jeremy. Let's go, baby. Starting out strong. All right. Okay, let me get this. We got a decent amount here. Let's get the likes up. There's like 700, I think, people hanging out. And we'll get into some of this other talk. But I'm going to give away the Saquon jersey. So let's go ahead and do that. Let me get this thing set up too. All right, and if you've not, I'll give it a little bit more time. But again, reminder, the link is in the description. It's not this video, but go to the description, and there's a Win Saquon jersey. It literally just the words that say Win Saquon jersey. Underneath it, there's a link to a YouTube video. It goes back to like, I think 2 or 3 videos ago. All you got to do is click that one and type in Saquon. Plain and simple. Not on this video. Don't do it on this video. Don't do it on the live chat. We had some of those. It doesn't work that way. But I'll give it just a little bit more, and then we are going to we're going to draw for Saquon. And I'm going to whoever gets it, I'm going to get your info. We'll keep it up for a week-ish in case someone's not here who wins that's, not at the live stream. We'll keep it up for a week. If no one claims it, we'll do it again, and I'll give it away to someone who's actually a part of the live stream. We've done it before that way, just because, I want to make sure that somebody actually wins it. But for the first go-around, it's just anybody who left the comment, because that's what I said before. And quite honestly, I didn't really think that we were going to get Saquon. Not that was just the reason to say, hey, here you go, here's a Saquon jersey, but got to hold true to the word. I said if we did get Saquon, we'll give away the jersey. So as soon as they become available, I've seen some people, at the Flyers game was wearing a 26 Saquon jersey. So truth be told, appreciate that. Josh, you have to be the coolest, most laid-back Eagles fan in the world. Cool. I appreciate it. I don't know. I try to be pretty mellow, I suppose, but it can get a little hectic, a little crazy during the live streams of the games and everything. Mr. Carter, great channel, Josh. Keep up the work. I appreciate that. Watermelon family or Vikings fans. Good choice to be an Eagles fan, though. I'm seeing multiple comments. I appreciate it. I'm going to try to get to them, but like don't go overboard with the comments. Yes, is Kool-Aid McKinstry an option? Yes, he's option at 22. See multiple mock drafts. Reminder too. I'm going to get to this Saquon drawing here in just a second. But if you're wanting to hang out, do the mock drafts, I'm going to start doing it on Friday nights. It'll probably be in a couple weeks. I've said like towards the end of this month. But we'll have a much better idea of what this roster is going to look like. And so the mock drafts will actually mean something. Because I would have drafted different players before. Now all of a sudden we have Saquon Barkley and we have CJ Gardner Johnson, and so it changes things, obviously. But yeah, I'm going to start doing that Friday nights. So for people that want to hang out, do the mock draft. We'll put up a poll and kind of help pick selections and figure out everything else, as well as just the Friday night hangout Q&A. So. Yeah, and also if you did miss out on the memberships, Kenny, appreciate it, said like the content. If you missed out on the membership giveaway, you could still win them. Just make sure to have your gifts turned on, because I didn't actually realize that some people had not previously. So you just have to make sure to go to your settings, click on the gift option, make sure accept gifts is on, and then sometimes whenever memberships are given out, I usually try to do some. I did like 5 or 10 on the last stream. Usually do, I don't know, 10, 15, whatever a month that we'll give away. So, and of course, Maxwell the GOAT giving away 20. But yeah, just make sure you have those turned on. So, all right, we'll do this Saquon here. Of course, there's some more comments going in. Yeah, Optimus, you got it. You got a membership. Go Birds, baby. Come on. Fred Folk, you and Thomas are great. Appreciate that. We're lacking in sleep these days because it's a lot of breaking news at random times. But Lars, how do you gift memberships? Can't figure it out. Let's see, make sure you got it. But you just go down to the comment section. Go down to the comment, and there's that I guess $sign emoji. I'm looking at it on my computer, so it might be. Is it different on the phone? Yeah, if you're on the chat, bottom right, it's like a $sign emoji. You click that, and then it should, might not be able to help you on the phone. I thought that one came up there. I don't know if it's as easy to do. Someone else might be able to help you. If it's on the phone. If it's on the computer, it's really easy. You literally just click the $sign, and then it just says membership gifting, and you can buy members that way. But I guess I have not done it well enough on the phone. No, Ben, everyone don't type Saquon here. It doesn't do anything. Do it on the other video if you want the Saquon jersey. Alex said, love that Saquon clapped right back at Tiki. I do too. That was pretty cool. The link is a link to the other video. Okay, people are struggling to find it, so I'm gonna update it one more time, and then we're just gonna spin for it, and we're gonna be done with the Saquon, because I don't want to get all tied up on this, but we do need to get a winner. All right, we're gonna put it at the very top, and we'll do some alarm emojis here, just everything to make it big and bold, and people can find it for sure. So it is moved up. Win a Saquon jersey, save. All right, if you go to the description now, it should be there. You might have to refresh it, but if you refresh it, it is literally at the very top, and it's the video right below win a Saquon jersey with the alarm, everything there. Click on that, type in Saquon, and then you have your chance. I don't know. Yeah. Jason, how can you not find the link? Some people are not. So that's as easy I can make it. Someone says you can't gift memberships on mobile. Okay, well, there you go. Did not know that for sure, but it seems to be official and finalized. So, all right, I'm going to give a little bit of time, and then if we don't have everybody, then that's going to be it. We'll spin the Saquon jersey here in just a second. All right. 0. There you go. Hey, gifted one Philly Special membership. Who got that? Who won it? Major Facepalm. Congrats, Major Facepalm. The link is on YouTube. It's literally right underneath that Win Saquon jersey. So let's see. Got a super chat here from Darren Mitchell. Appreciate the 5. Says, I'm thinking Howie is going to use Reddick for draft stock, move lower in the draft. What do you think? I love that idea. Mentioned a couple times of, like he was initially what Adam Schefter said, a second round pick or what was it? A second round pick or like a third and a fifth, I think is what he had said initially for Hassan Reddick. The fact that Brian Burns was a second and a fifth makes me, maybe you get a second for Hassan, but I could also see where it'd be like a third and a fifth, or even worse than that. I would love to get more. Obviously, we would certainly want that, but yeah, even if it's less than what you initially would have expected, anything you can do to move lower, to me, I've said it a number of times, and I just will not change my stance, quite honestly. I don't know what's going to change that, but Quinyon Mitchell, move up for a corner, get a stud in that position, because he's not going to be available at 22. But there's other guys, too, as well. So yeah, if you use that to move up, I think, sadly, Hassan is going to be... it'll either be Hassan Reddick or it'll be Josh Sweat, and it could be both that don't come back. But we'll see. People asking about cap number too. Yeah, cap number is not official yet, but it seems like it's going to be somewhere in the 20-ish range. We'll know officially once we get the exact details and how it's structured and everything with Howie's moves. But it would be the rough estimate and guess from what I've seen on a couple different predictions is somewhere around the 20s that you have left in cap space, and it's great. Quite honestly, like you got Saquon. You got CJ Gardner Johnson. They're targeting a linebacker. Could be a deal in a trade as well. And then you're going to have the option for maybe Justin Simmons too. I'm curious what you sign him for also. Like, if Justin Simmons is there, the market is. And hey, shout out to John Perry. Welcome to the Let's Run It tier. Let's go. Welcome to the membership. You have access to the emojis as well. So I've seen some people using those. But emojis also, just for people that are new joining the stream, any member automatically has entries to ticket giveaways for games during the regular season. I got a sponsorship with SeatGeek. I gave away tickets to 6 different games this past season, and the goal is to do more. I mean, honestly, if I can, I'm going to double it. We're going to give 12 tickets to 12 games, and it's 2 tickets because, I don't like to go by myself. You got to take somebody. So that's the goal. That's what we'll do. But that's for all members, and the higher tier that you're at, the more entries. There's also benefits and stuff that everybody knows, or most people know. If you're in the Hungry Dogs or Breed of One, kind of the get-togethers, face-to-face Zoom calls. But yeah, appreciate you joining the Let's Run It. Kurt, how's it going, Kurt? The trade pick 22, Sweat plus another pick for PS2. Yeah, you're going to pay contract-wise. I love PS2, don't get me wrong. Trade plus another pick. What pick, I guess? I'm curious, because it feels like it'd still have to be pretty high. You're trading away... I guess there's... What is Sweat worth right now? I'm trying to think, because if Haas is probably a third and a fifth, Brian Burns was a second and a fifth. Haas is a third and a fifth, probably. I mean, if I had to guess, he's not going to be the same equivalent. So Sweat be, man, it seems low, but like a fifth? A fourth? You think they would do that at like 22? So a first round pick, a late first round pick. Sweat. And then another pick. Is that enough value to them? Because they still got to extend. I don't know, quite honestly. I mean, I'm fine because you got to move on from Sweat, and you know what you have in Surtain. Plus, you have his DB coach. There's a ton to like about that move. I just don't know if you. I don't know if that's enough capital, and quite honestly, I don't know how much the market is for Josh Sweat. Like he was saying, people who haven't been watching or keeping up to date as of earlier, I guess this morning, but Josh Sweat had been on Instagram and essentially posting saying he's not gonna be here. I mean, let me find the exact tweet so I can just put it up there for everybody. But he's basically saying like, "What? I'm gonna miss you guys." I mean, the writing's kind of on the wall in that. Yeah, I'll miss you all. So here was his tweet. I mean, that's kind of all that you need to say. I don't know what that exactly means. It's how he possibly goes to him and says, "Hey, we're going to trade you," which is fine. So it's going to be possibly breaking in a day or two, I would imagine. But then there's a possibility. Or did they just tell him, like, surely they didn't tell him that he's going to get cut. I don't know if you guys saw, but Jeff McClain of the Inquirer was kind of suggesting that's a possibility. I don't know why you would do that. I mean, I took a look at the cap, and the only reason that you might consider that is if you cut him and it was a post-June 1st cut, I think you save like $5 million. But if you cut him now, it only hurts you. And it's still not a drastic cap savings. Plus, you don't really use that money for free agents now or anything like that. You could use it maybe for an extension, free up some space to get a deal done with Devante, which is great. Sure, you want to do that. But, I mean, you kind of have the money now to get something done. I don't know that you necessarily just need to cut Sweat there. And it was just a strange possibility even thrown out. He wasn't saying for sure, so I want to make that clear. Like, Jeff wasn't saying they should do that. But yeah, that to me is a crazy move. But yeah, I mean, if you want to move on from him, it seems like they for sure are. If you get some value like that, I don't hate it. Definitely don't hate it. Nate, what's up? Says I just showed up. How much time left? Good question. We've been going for like 40 minutes, so probably hang out for another hour-ish. We'll see. But I'm gonna give away the Saquon jersey. So I've got it all good, all ready to go. We'll see who wins this thing. I'm going to spin it. And good luck to everybody. I'll share the screen here in a second. I can get the generator to work here, get the comments, and we will give away this Saquon jersey. Again, a reminder, as soon as they're available, I will purchase and send it to whoever I need to. All right, we've got these, and share the screen so that people can see. I know that's nothing much. That's not a very... it's like a big blue blob and just a start button. But that's what we're working with here. Good luck to everybody. Again, Saquon Barkley jersey giveaway. You entered in the drawing. If you missed it, I'm going to do plenty others, so it's not like this is the only one, but this is the one from previously and needed to give this away, so good luck. Here we go. Who's it going to be? 373 entries to choose from. And it's going to go with Renewson 6323. Congrats. Hey, you won the Saquon jersey. Heck yeah. Make sure to either comment, DM me on Twitter. The info is on the page. Make sure to follow on that side. But yeah, get a hold of me. However, I'll also post this afterwards. I'll screenshot. I'll post it on the community page too, so you see it. But just need basically just a hey, so that we can get each other's info and figure out jersey details and everything else whenever that hits. But I think I'm saying that correctly. Renewson 6323. You got the Saquon jersey. So official as soon as that one hits, and we'll ship it that way. And we'll do some more. Like I said. Let me get to see some of these other comments, though, because I was missing a couple while we were going through that. But Omer, is it Omer? Doug Mioglu. I'm terrible with names, so I apologize for that. But welcome to Let's Run It. I see a membership there, so let's go. I think I already got John. Did I miss another one? Did I miss another membership side? Let me make sure here. Major facepalm with the gift of 1 membership. Who did that go to? That's Matt Roth. Congrats, Matt. You got the membership there. You think you can entry into giveaways, everything else. And Liam Macari, welcome to the Hungry Dogs. Heck yeah. Appreciate that, Liam. All the way to the Hungry Dogs tier. Reminder, too, everyone Hungry Dogs and up, the monthly Zoom call, I mentioned a second ago, but just for you, Liam, who became a member to the Hungry Dogs. It's the last Friday of every month, and hang out for about an hour, Zoom call, network, talk birds, whatever, everything else. And it gets you extra entries, like I say, once the season rolls around, ticket giveaways, things like that. But appreciate the support. Heck yeah. Yeah, Matt's asking, how are there only 200 likes? How are there only 200 likes? We're 244 now. That's better. I appreciate it. We'll get a little bit more. Got a lot of go birds. I know I'm seeing some comments, people that didn't get on the giveaway. I'll do it again. It was on the previous video that I did. I was trying to make sure. I'm going to take the link down too, because I don't want to be confusing. I mentioned it a second ago, but it's not. We just did the giveaway. But we will. Like Mike Halo saying, how do we enter the Barkley giveaway? I just did that one. We'll do it again. Tyler, what's up, man? It has been a while. You've probably been on here. I just haven't seen your comments, but dude, it is awesome to see. Yeah, I remember when I was able to win the Jalen Carter jersey. Great times. Bro, what's up? Yeah, we had you on the stream and everything. Got the analysis, all that during the draft. Yeah, Mike, it was the other video. We're gonna do that again, by the way, too. So we're giving away a jersey. If you hang out with us during the draft, you're gonna win this, the sign here, not this one. It's staying here, but I'll give away another one. So we're probably give away a jersey, give away a sign. That thing's more expensive than you want to believe. We talked about it on the last stream, but the sign will be given away. Probably some other stuff as well. Cheesesteak said, my brain went, why do I want an ugly Saquon jersey until remembering he's an Eagle? How long is it going to take until we just come to, realize, or it just becomes natural, like rolls off the tongue, like, oh yeah, Saquon is with the Eagles. All right, let me get to these super chats here because I was busy doing the drawing and I'm missing some of them. So apologies, everybody. Let's see. John, appreciate the 2, says, have to make PS2 the highest paid CB. That's a lot of money. That's a good point. The other part of it is You make that acquisition, you got to pay out a whole lot for him. Is it worth it to give away that much? And can you figure that out? Because, I mean, we're kind of like certainly on the offensive side of the ball, but like a dominant all-star team of sorts, which I understand. You got to pay players. I'm glad that Landon Dickerson, the highest paid, whenever his contract got done officially, he was, the highest paid left guard, I guess. But yeah, you got to make some deals there. The other one here, let's see, Eagles Uncut. What's up, bro? How's it going? Says Howie the Goat or what? Yeah, how you like the moves? I like them. I don't want to be. I'm trying to not be like negative of any sorts, but I still want to be somewhat realistic. And I will say, I've said this for a couple times. The idea of paying Saquon Barkley that much money is the only part where I'm kind of like, and I shouldn't even say Saquon Barkley. I should just say running back, because I believe in Saquon Barkley. He's a great runner, got lots of talent, all this other stuff. We all know that. But the fact that you're paying the running back that much money is just kind of like, gosh, that's a lot. So that's the only part. But again, I'm not saying it's terrible moves from Howie. I'm not even at the point of where I'm like, oh man, I should doubt him or whatever. Because it's Howie, and he's incredible at accounting and moving money around and figuring out the cap and everything else. So, I'm gonna wait. I'm holding off. I'm reserving judgment until we see some of the other moves. That's what I'll say. Okay, I'm gonna give away another Saquon jersey because people think that it's upsetting. We only gave away one, and congrats to the Renusin or however you say that. They will get it. But this one is going to be just. I'm just going to throw out some trivia, I suppose. So maybe the OGs are going to get this because they've been with the channel for longer. But appreciate it to some of those that not. We do just random giveaways at times, so I just figured, what the heck. Matt says, love the show, by the way. Appreciate that. First person to comment, DC Hammond, actually, by the way. Congrats, became a member. I missed that one. Let me make sure. Did I miss any others? Was it just DC Hammond? DC Hammond upgraded. There you go. Okay, upgraded to Hungry Dogs. Let's go. And Maxwell, bro, come on. Another 20. 20 people just got memberships. 20 more. Maxwell with, Relaxing Times, Nostradamus, Douglas Simon, Elisa, Thomas, Lindsay, Fahad, Princess McCorvey, South Jersey, Shawnee, Jeremiah Rodriguez, Jordan Felicity, I probably said that incorrectly, Kubichi, what's up, Michael H., Parallax, Dangerous, Alexander Harris, Daquan Barkley, Dylan Horvath, let's go. Low key 270. Y'all got memberships. Maxwell is on one tonight. Appreciate that. Let's go. Okay, but yes, I did say I was going to give away Saquon. So the OGs will probably get this. Surely you will. And then we'll get back to some of the other comments. But first person to comment, my wife's favorite team, NFL team. It should be easy. I mean, I talk about it quite a bit. If we don't, then I'll start giving hints. But surely, that's a very easy answer. You'll win a Saquon jersey as soon as they become available. So, curious how long this is going to take. In the meantime, we can continue to talk birds. And like I say, I will give hints if we need to. But that way, not only... Oh, there it is. Okay, that didn't take long. Let's see. The first person here was... The Packers is the correct answer. So where's the GB? Wow, the chat just moved on me. I saw it first. C. Smith. Why does it keep moving on me? I'm losing it. I saw a C. Smith with Green Bay. There it is. There. Heck yeah, C. Smith, congrats. You won a Saquon jersey. Just email me at there. Email me. Send me a screenshot just because I got to make sure it's you, and people try to pose all the time and say, hey, I got the Saquon jersey. But send me a screenshot so I know it's your profile and everything. And if you can, just like maybe even your comment or whatever from this stream. But then I apologize. I know. I'm only do it one time. We'll do more. It's everybody's like, oh, I was second. Yes, I know. But send me a screenshot, email me there, and then I'll get your info and everything else. Who knows how long it'll take before Saquon's jersey is official, but as soon as it is, we will get that to you. And congrats, you win a Saquon jersey. Anthony Lopez, no way, congrats. Said just found out wife's pregnant. Congrats. A lot of people. Let's see, bro. Now I'm losing it with all those comments on that side. Tyler, there you go. Trying to sift through all of the team names, but Swift is not worth $8 million a year. Yeah, that's kind of high. I mean, honestly, once he was at that point, I was like, okay, you're not going to sign it. But that's what actually made me think you're not going to hit Saquon either, because if you're not going to pay Swift, and understandably so, but you let him walk. I know that Saquon is much better, but then whenever it was like $8 million, that's crazy. Yeah, people wondering. My wife, Packers fan, grew up in Wisconsin. See some of those, I guess, questions maybe. Wondering if you're not familiar, but she still cheers for the Eagles as long as it's not playing against the Packers. I will be at the Packers game too, so for sure you can bank on it as long as it's not in Brazil. I've mentioned this before. We will give away tickets to the Packers game. So make sure you're subscribed. If you're not, we're getting close to 50,000 subs. Channel's been going for almost, I guess in a week, it'll be 1 year and a month. That's insane. Appreciate all the support. You guys are awesome. So like I said, try to give away as much as we can, but for sure the Packers game is already on the list, going to be there. Hopefully, meet some people, give away tickets, but that is the plan for sure. With her being a Packers fan, got to get back to Philly. Optimus Prime ribs, your wife, yeah. Wife's team looking pretty strong. Yeah, they're looking legit. That's going to be a game. That is going to be a really good game to be at, and a little bit anxiety-inducing, I suppose. But we're all right. We're going to be fine. KG, thoughts on linebacker? Devin White, maybe. Not sure if Dean and a rookie is a good move. Yeah, I mean, I'm with you. Linebacker is one of those, and that's why Josine Anderson reporting that, more of the major possibility or the acquisition that the Howie is still going after is a linebacker, whether it's a signing, whether it's a trade. I want Nakobe Dean to be fine, but I'm with you in saying I don't know if it's the best move to say let's go forward with Nakobe Dean and a rookie and Zach Cunningham. I would imagine Zach Cunningham is I mean, surely he's not going to start, but like Howie's saying that he believes in him and trusts him quite a bit. That's the only part that has me kind of concerned of, does he believe in him so much that he's saying, no, we're set. Like we just need to get these backups or, just kind of these depth additions. Surely not, but DeWatcher was asking if that was from the Saquon comment. Yeah, that was there. Nate, you should just get one for each of us. There's only 668 of us watching. If I could, man, I would. But good gosh, that's that would break the bank for sure. Who knows? If the Eagles just wanted to be like, hey, you know, Josh, we're gonna give out some jerseys for you to give away, that would work out. Antonio Holmes, I want Isaiah Simmons. Okay, I've seen a couple of those. Could be a possibility. Ed and a couple others say, what have I missed? Yeah, just talking about the Eagles and their possibility. Going for the secondary, safety, possibly linebacker. Linebacker more so sounds like a trade. Josina Anderson had mentioned that. Diana Rossini, I believe, was also saying that they're kind of honing in on that position. So it's worth a look. Yes, Michael, she likes cheese curds. She does. Amelia, what's up? Says, do you think Eagles tickets price skyrockets now that we have Saquon and CJ? I mean, they might go up a little bit, just kind of natural inflation and everything, but I can't imagine they're going to. Can't imagine they're going to go, I guess, skyrocket in a sense, but might be a little bit more expensive. Yes, that's right, too. Andrew Nathan, what's up? Says James Palmer says Eagles looking to add to their secondary. So, yep, not only safety, possibly via trade, calling teams about corners. I mean, I love to hear that. You're not satisfied with James Bradbury. I think Keely Ringo has potential, but he's not you can't say immediately you have an answer. And I also don't just like the idea of, hey, let's go into the draft and, draft for need based off of, or instead of just like the best available player. The Cowboys think they're going to do that. Only making one move. Josh Fowler, Packers they've been making some really good moves. Michael says Bond gets no respect. I'm fine with the Zach Bond, but I guess how much respect are we wanting to give him? Darren going to the Packers game? Yeah, let me know if you're going to the Packers game. How many people are planning on that? Totally agree. Bro, it's great to have you back on the live stream. I'm going to be honest. I was like, man, where's Tyler been at? But no, most recently we signed a low-key linebacker and then draft Edgerrin Cooper or Peyton Wilson. Totally. Yep. I think I would go Edgerrin Cooper personally. I completely get people if Peyton Wilson is the top choice. For me, I don't know. It's maybe just some injury or past injuries where I'd be like, I'd lean towards Edgerrin Cooper. But either way, I would be happy. You get a stud rookie potential there. Probably, I could think Peyton Wilson doesn't feel like he would be available at 50. It seems like Edgerrin Cooper is a possibility. Elisa, what's up? Says, I'm hype about the CJ signing. I do not know how Howie pulled this off, but I got to see these these numbers in these contracts. Yeah, for sure. And I'll throw this up here too. I did it at the beginning of the stream, but for people that are joining later or didn't see, the contract details are officially, I should say the high level contract details. We don't know the official cap hit, but we've got some of the details for the contract. So CJ Gardner-Johnson, again, 3 years, $27 million, $10 million in guarantees. That's it. $10 million. So $17 million. And it says obviously he could earn more via incentives, but there's quite a bit that's been freed up. And that leads you to believe that Howie structured it very nicely, very team friendly. So I love it. Great, great signing. Tons of potential there. I know that he's gotten injured some. To me, I'm not as concerned. I get the whole like pec injury. Same thing as Avonte Maddox, but it's not of the extent of Avonte Maddox. Wish him well. Sad to see him go. But that dude just couldn't stay healthy at all. I think C.D. Gardner-Johnson will be fine. I know he had the previous injury as well and had some issues when he was with us for the first time. But it comes a little bit with the territory. Like, CJ just is reckless abandon. You know, I mean, look at the Super Bowl, the ridiculous hit that he had on Pacheco. I mean, that's what we want on our defense. And honestly, like, that's the best thing about this signing. We talked about it earlier, but like, you have a dude who is literally not going to take any crap from anybody, and he's going to just show up in the game. And what happened in the Niners one of James Bradbury just standing there and guys letting him get pushed around and just kind of jawing and all this other stuff right before the game, that's not going to happen. CJ is going to go out there. He might get a penalty, so, you know, you live with that. But this is going to be great. It's going to change some of the culture. You're going to have guys playing with a little bit more passion, a little bit more fire. I think it's going to be great. It's Al. You think the front four on the defense can put pressure this upcoming year? They better be able to. That's where it all starts. There's a lot of belief in Bryce Huff. I think he's going to be really good. Shout out to, I think it was Nick Waters. If you guys aren't following him, it's the Philly Film Room. But if you're not subbed to him on YouTube, go check it out because he drops some really good content. But Bryce Huff is really good and very efficient. Pass rush win rate. He's young, obviously, but you sign him to a deal that's really similar to Hassan Reddick, and that's what it feels like because it's the 3 for 51 instead of the 3 for 45 that Hassan had signed for. I think it's really realistic that he outplays that contract. I'm excited about it. Donovan, how's it going? Also planning on, you know, if we can, go to Cincy for that game. So I haven't forgotten about you. You got Cincy in my head of going to that one. So let's trade Sweat, get a stellar linebacker. Fangio will unlock Nolan Smith and put this defense back on the map. Howie is getting us back to the promised land. I hope so. I got a lot more belief for sure after these moves. Still, though, ultimately, I mean, defense has to play really good, but I think it's like a no-brainer. I mean, it's a given at this point. You take a look at this roster, and even with some of the potential moves that we make, like, it's still going to be on the offense. Like, this team is going to live and die and breathe and everything else based off of the offense. How the offense goes is how we perform. The defense is, you know, it's naturally already a bend but don't break. But, you know, if they can do enough, if they could just keep the team in it, a couple of third down stops, force a few punts a game, unlike what we saw previously, then yeah, we'll be fine. I think we'll be all right. Serenity, how do you dress the little ladies in sports gear? Do you switch it up 50-50? That is a good question, but actually, you know, I mean, kind of try to indoctrinate them early with the Eagles stuff. So, you know, try to, hey, like, Dad does this whole YouTube thing, you know, so you gotta support Dad in that way. Let's just say they've been a lot more Eagles gear than they have Packers. Yeah, Remo saying that Burns trade was nice. Talk about a team that missed out. Carolina could have had, I think it was 2 first-round picks for Burns, and then they decided to go and not trade him. Ended up having to settle for a 2nd and a 5th. I would be a little bit irritated, not gonna lie. What you could have had versus what you do have. Yeah, there was the James Palmer. More details on not being done for the secondary. So, not done. Still monitoring. Justin Simmons possibly. Could be corners. And we will be breaking the news as soon as there is an official signing. This is the time of year that's super fun, but also kind of stressful and not a whole lot of sleep. So it's that's That's why you see crazy late night uploads and posts and live streams and everything else. But it's fun. Shelly Williams. Cowboys have no money. Jerry Jones. That's, yep. Yeah, cheesesteak. The Eagles need that dog linebacker on the team. You got CJ. I mean, he's bringing the intensity, that's for sure. Not the linebacker, but hopefully, like Kenneth said, yeah, draft a linebacker early. Oh, no doubt. Antonio. Can't wait to see CJGJ and Sidney Brown on the field together. Can you imagine? That's the best word for it right there. Energy. Those two. Good gosh. Yeah, Sidney's whole comment of you're gonna feel it. Man, that's I mean, Sidney looks like he's moving twice as fast. Everyone else looks like they're in slow motion when he's on the field. So yeah, you get those two back there. And maybe even if, like we were bringing up just a second ago, if you get a Justin Simmons, then you kind of rotate and certainly play them early on because Sidney Brown's probably not going to be back till October. I don't hate it. That is pretty nice. Let's see. Yeah, Maddox is gone. Somebody say Nicholas Morrow. Yeah, he went to Buffalo. I mean, I guess I should say technically Maddox is... I mean, he's probably going to another team, so you shouldn't say it's impossible, but you kind of let him walk for that reason. Fitness Warrior, what's up? Yeah, we're live. We're live just about 24/7. I should probably just keep the stream on nonstop, and then we'll just say, "Hey, here's the latest update. We're targeting so and so." No, baby can't become a cheesehead. Are you kidding me? No, they know better. Oscar, hype for next season. Let's go. Yes, is what jersey do we buy first? It's a good question. Which one do you go with? Somebody was saying, this is a total rumor, speculation. Somebody was saying that Nolan Smith possibly changing to 0, and this was more of like a CJ Gardner Johnson because CJ posted a Photoshop of him in an Eagles jersey in number 3, and obviously Nolan is number 3. So he'd have to move, he'd have to change, but Agent 0 is gone. So someone could take over the number 0. I don't know. That's why I was hesitant, quite honestly. Like, I don't know if anybody bought a AndreSwift jersey, but that's why I was hesitant to buy one, just because it's like, you know, his contract and his deal, you didn't know if he's going to be here long term. It was really cool because he's the first Agent 0, but it's also, you know, you just don't know longevity-wise. If somebody gets number 0, that you have a better chance that they're going to stay around for, you know, a little longer, then, I mean, yeah, I could be definitely tempted into buying whoever the next Agent 0 is. Alfredo, what's up? Says, really enjoy your videos. Keep up the great work. Appreciate that. Antonio, buying a Barkley jersey first. I don't blame you. Oh, let's go. Have a Barkley Penn State one too. Got to complete the set there. Riley, appreciate the 5 bombs. Has been loving watching Thomas and yourself from very early on last season. Keep up the great, total unbiased work. You know it. It is totally unbiased. It's basically just NFL news. I mean, it's Philadelphia Eagles, but it's essentially unbiased. But no, I appreciate that. It is a blast, and we enjoy it. King Banco got Swift jersey as a gift, unfortunately. Yeah, Twisty saying Aziz going to the Texans. Did somebody mention that earlier? Oh, somebody saying, yeah, no, he's not available. Yeah, quietly say. It reminds me of Fitness Warrior saying, it reminds me of that whole Key and Peele skit, if you know what I'm talking about. You said that? You said that? I said. Diego, love the show all the way from Mexico. Let's go. Appreciate that. Let's see. I had the other one here. Yeah, Aziz being reunited with D'Amico, I guess. But yeah, going to Houston. Mark getting a Landon Dickerson jersey. Okay. I haven't seen too many of those, not gonna lie. If Carter changes to 0, you got to get it. That'd be kind of wild. I wouldn't expect that he would, but I mean, yeah. If Jalen Carter was changing to 0, Travis 0 should go to Huff. That actually is a great idea, honestly. John Kempsky got a black Agent 0 shirt. Okay. Yeah, I don't hate that one, actually. Bryce Huff is 0. That makes a whole lot of sense, right? Like UDFA, doubted. He was like, a 2-star recruit coming out of college or coming out of high school, going to Memphis, becoming a stud, but doubted even then, and then undrafted and making his way up and now becoming the highest paid UDFA in NFL history. Like, 0 makes some sense. I kind of like that. Yeah, Tyler says, yeah, I need to get Huff to get 0. That 47 is ugly. I like that idea. I'm a big fan of that now that you guys said that. Ultra, does anyone know how much cap we got left? Good question. I've not seen anything official of exact numbers here. I've heard it's about in the 20-ish range, but again, until we see the exact structuring and how much is signing bonuses and where all that's going, I don't know if we will have a for sure idea. But yeah, I think that's, roughly there. I'm seeing some people say 19 million, but I don't know. I don't think that we've had a for sure number on that side. Yeah, Nate saying, when are we going to lock down Smitty? Surely it would be pretty soon. I'd like to get him done, honestly, before some of these other contracts get done, because the market, as we've talked about, is going to get reset, and you're going to pay more for him. So the earlier that you can get that done, the better. But yeah, that would be ideal. Get it done before CD and Justin Jefferson, and although the Cowboys are just taking forever with all of them. So, Donovan, let's go. Hungry Dogs. Welcome to the Hungry Dogs tier. And I will send out the link for the Zoom call for anybody who is on the Hungry Dogs or higher. So that'll be the last Friday. I think that's Good Friday, isn't that? It's the last Friday of this month. Isn't that Good Friday? Let's see. Yes, it is. It is Good Friday. So that's the date for it. But I will send that out. Anybody at the tier? It's usually, I'm trying to think now. I think it's like a 6. I should know this better. It's like a 6:30 or 7 p.m. Eastern time that we usually do it about then for the Zoom call. But I send out the link and everything, so you'll be able to join. China says, Josh, you should let Charlotte co-host one night. It's been a possibility, I will say that. Some of the nights staying up later, breaking news, trying to get an edit done and everything else, it'd just be like, all right, hey, we're live, here's what's going on, hanging out and just holding Charlotte right here. We should just do that. Oh, this is a good idea, actually. Cool Rains, you're going to have Barkley and CJGJ stickers now. Yeah, I'll work on those. I've been thinking about some of the others. I mean, you guys see members, you can use the emojis, so we got a ton of different options on there, and I was trying to go through, but you got the Slim Reaper, you got Jalen. I mean, Kelce stays, even though he's not here, like Sexy Batman. You got the Let's Run It, Always Open. I had to take this one from this shirt, the Breadman, so that seemed like too easy of one. A couple others, Fly Eagles Fly, the Eagles logo. Underdog Mask, Mummers, Kelce, Brian Dawkins, Weapon X, BDN, Howie Vision, Breed of One, and Pave the Lane. So those are the ones that we have so far. But yeah, we need to add some. What should I guess what should the emoji be? Because I don't want to just, I try not to just like a random, like usually I have to either take a picture or get a good idea and like make it into the cartoon-ish version of an emoji. But like what would be a good either logo, emblem? I don't know. I'm totally up for that, but I'm just curious what that would be for one of those if you're going to add an emoji of them. Yeah, some people saying CJ did apologize. So just for heads up, people that did not know that or were not aware, he did apologize. Philly Joyce 21. There's another Hungry Dogs member. Congrats. Appreciate that. And you also have access to the Eagle Zoom call end of the month. Good Friday this month, and then whatever the last Friday is every month from then on, as long as you're a member. So kudos to you, and you get also access to the emojis. So appreciate that. Let's see. Let me get to the other super chat here. That was from Christian Navarez. Appreciate the 10 bomb. Let's go. Josh, how do you feel about Devante Parker signing? I thought the Eagles should have went after someone like Curtis Samuel, 5'11", 194, 4'3", only 27. Yeah. Good question. And Thomas and I, we went live earlier, so I don't know. You may have seen it, maybe not. But right whenever they had signed Devante, to me, it's kind of like I don't know. I guess it's doesn't bother me one way or the other. Excuse me, if I could talk. It wouldn't surprise me if he doesn't make the roster. I'll just say that. Like, he may not even make the roster. And it also wouldn't surprise me if in this system with Kellen Moore and maximizing talent and everything else that he is your wide receiver 3. Like, he possibly could be. I would like a lot of other options, so I'm with you and agree that, you could have signed someone else. But also within the draft. Like, my preference would be to see about trying to go find someone in the draft. I mean, at this point, you look and see what's available. You could sign somebody, but I would say just go with a draft pick. And then you have some flexibility. I know that Malachi Corley is thrown out there quite a bit, but there's a lot of other names that you could go with in the draft. And then, they don't have to come in with a whole lot of pressure naturally because they're going to be like the fourth or fifth option. So you still want them to get some touches, but it doesn't need to be a super high draft pick in that way. That's where I would probably lean. But yeah, like I say, like I'm not totally hating on it. I get the whole point that people make, and let's see, I think I have it here pretty quick to throw up. The whole knock on Devante Parker with his separation or lack of ability to separate. This from Warren Sharp, but next gen stats, Devante Parker. So for 4 straight years, I mean, that's not good. Dead last in separation. 115 out of 115, 122, 127, 132. Dead last. I mean, couldn't even beat a single guy based on next gen stats. So, I mean, that basically says all that you need to say. However, yes, context-wise, I mean, you're not in a scheme necessarily that is taking advantage of his skill set, maybe helping him to get open. He could be better, yeah. But still, I mean, there's a decent amount of that is on the receiver and getting open. So, I mean, that's why I say I'm kind of at the point of, cool, you got a depth signing, a possibility, a guy to potentially win the starting job. If not, it didn't cost you that much. Remember, it's a 4 point whatever deal, but most of that is paid by the Patriots. Like, you're only paying 1.2. So, what the heck? If Howie thinks that it's worth a gamble, worth a shot to take on somebody, that's fine. And he might, in Parker, even if he does make the roster, he might not be your wide receiver 3. He might just be a depth signing that hardly sees the field unless someone gets injured, because he plays on the outside way more than he does in the slot. Maybe Smitty moves there. I think Smitty will play more in the slot than he has previously. But yeah, ultimately, it's a depth signing, nothing more. And like I say, I don't love it, don't hate it. But I get it. I mean, to your point, Curtis Samuel, there's options out there you could have gone with for sure. Spend on the defense, though. I'm of the mindset now, spend anything and everything just about on the defense. And like Philly fan asked the question, your thoughts on what Howie Roseman has done so far with free agency moves. I think he's done a really good job. He's Howie Roseman and the mastermind that he is. Defense still needs to have a couple more acquisitions, a couple more moves. Hopefully he gets those done. I think that he will, especially with the reports of him continuing to pursue in the secondary at potential of safety, corner. But yeah, overall, there's a lot to like, and linebacker. So, plus the rumored, we don't have the exact amount, but the rumored amount of cap space is going to be 20-ish million. I mean, you could legitimately sign somebody and have what? You could get a safety, a linebacker, and I mean they could be decent and solid. You could sign a safety for like if Justin Simmons were to get a deal, I would imagine that you're signing him for something like $7 million feels about what he'll sign for. Could be a little bit off. Let's see. Swift Phoenix joining. What was the major acquisition? Not a major acquisition, but they're targeting another major acquisition. So, based on the reports from not only Josie and Anderson, Diana Rossini, and James Palmer, that Howie's not done and targeting a linebacker by any means necessary, kind of based off of Josie and Anderson, and also for corner possibility of trade. I think that's really, I mean, he's looking to do whatever he can to maximize and take advantage of probably Josh Sweat would be my thought. Could be Hassan Reddick as well. But yeah, he's trying to maximize those and add someone else. Does he get a significant linebacker? The question that I would have too, because it continues to get brought up, like that Howie is thinking about trading for a linebacker. Who is that player? Like, who would he trade for? Rather than going and I mean, there's a few names still out there. There's not a ton. Linebackers have kind of, been picked over and guys getting to miss out on. But, I mean, who does he trade for? That's the part that I was trying to go through and look and say, okay, what team makes sense to possibly trade, to add an acquisition there? I don't know. To me, that one feels more like it's going to be like Tyler and a couple others had mentioned a second ago, go through the draft with linebacker. But I think Justin Simmons is legit in play. Appreciate that. Appreciate that, man. Go Birds. Christopher says Reddick got to restructure for that ring. Maybe. You think he might? You think he might sign an extension and go for like a discount? I feel like he could probably just like hold fast to, no, I want 25. Like the way the market is, people have gotten paid 14% increase in the salary cap. Like if he wants money, he can just hang on and say, all right, I'm gonna get what I'm worth. Like Jason said, though, we still have some cap space. Paraphrasing a little bit, but, can't fully say that there. Stop the troll. Bring back Shaq Leonard. Are you kidding me? Come on. Gotta love it. Gotta love. I mean, yeah, okay. Nope. No, he's not. I would have to no, I don't think Leonard was even fine. The K dude, yes. If we get a good linebacker and Justin Simmons, free agency would be perfect. Just about. I mean, you're literally talking about you've answered your holes because you've got safety, Sidney Brown when he comes back and healthy, Reed Blankenship as a backup safety, Nakobe Dean-ish, but you have another linebacker. You have some possibilities. Zach Cunningham with some depth. You hopefully draft a linebacker. And add a corner or two possibly in the draft as well. You shored up some of the offensive line. You probably are going to want to draft a lineman. I don't want them to. It does feel like we continue to get just with every passing day, every top 30 visit, the more and more likelihood of Philly, drafting an interior offensive lineman because they met with another one for a top 30 visit. So we're up to what, like 4 or 5 top 30 visits with interior offensive linemen at this point. There's definitely a need and a concern on that side. But yeah. Donnie Holler, did you see CJ's apology on Twitter? Yes, I did. I put that up earlier, but yeah, I saw that. Thought it was cool. I appreciate it. I mean, to me, I didn't need that. I know some people did, for what he said and just the irritation. But it's cool. I appreciate it. Him just saying, it's like, I still love y'all, coming back to get another one. That would be kind of fun. Oh, here's what I was trying to mention earlier, and I wasn't finding it. But yeah, this was the whole Nolan Smith to 0, only because, Nolan's username, you got the 0 in Nolan, and with CJ posting his number 3, that might have meant that he wanted to be number 3 or something. So who knows? Total speculation, but glad to have CJ back. We will say that. LA Kid, what's up? Says, why Simmons? To me, it was either CJ or Simmons. That's fair. Don't want to give up on Blankenship yet. Plus, we still have Sidney Brown coming back. I mean, yeah, I don't disagree with that necessarily, but I think if the money is right and it seems like you could get I don't know, Justin Simmons possibly on a little bit of a shorter deal. You don't want to make a ton of these short-term offers. I think we all realize that. But I mean, if Howie is sensing like, let's get this thing done, and one more safety is what kind of pushes this thing over the edge, and Simmons is up for the task, and Fangio's saying like, hey, look, I love the idea of CJ Gardner-Johnson, but I also love the idea of Justin Simmons, then I don't put it past Howie of saying, all right, we're going to get both. Like, we're going to figure this thing out. Because I think that he sees and realizes, especially, it gutted everybody. But, like, you see Howie in the response of, like, Jason Kelce retiring, Fletcher Cox retiring, the fact that not only we couldn't get it done, but you had to send those guys out in that way. It's like, gosh, that is just crushing. And so, not that it shouldn't necessarily be like an extra motivation, but it kind of is. I mean, it's a slap in the face to say, really, like, these are the misses. I missed in these areas. I didn't stick with the safety. I didn't bring CJ Gardner-Johnson back last season. Didn't beef up in some other spots. So I could see it to where he goes, I mean, yes, and I believe in Sidney Brown. I think a lot of people believe in Sidney Brown, but it would be a little bit foolish to me to say, well, let's just go and move forward without, having another option, especially because he's probably not going to play until October. And Sidney was looking better. He was improving. But, like, you're going to ask a dude who relies a ton on his athleticism to come back from an ACL injury and, I mean, what, like, be the guy at safety? I personally like the idea that you get a short-term contract for Justin Simmons, and if everything's healthy, like I said earlier, C.J. Gardner-Johnson, Justin Simmons, Reed, and Sidney Brown to back him up. You can do a little hybrid if you want to do a 3-high safety look, or if you want to play CJ a little bit in the slot if you need to. I mean, again, Isaiah Rodgers is a great option. You might have some others that move in there too, but it depends on the money. I totally get that, but I mean, I'm fine with both if they want to move those around. Cody with a good O-line, anything's possible. It's kind of true. It definitely helps. Alexandra said he deleted it. I didn't realize that. It was just a screenshot, so maybe he realized Nolan Smith was number 3. He just figured, he was like, okay, hey, here's I bet somebody sent it to him. I can't imagine that he went and took time to, maybe he did. I don't want to discredit CJ. He might have made that. But, yeah, saw the picture, so he might have thought. That's true. That's all it takes. Nate says, first interception at the right moment. All is forgiven. How quickly we can forget. Yeah, Nolan should be fine. I think he's going to be better in this system. I don't know that I'm ready to say let's start him, but Andre saying Simmons 2 years, $18 million. It's possible. Fitness Warrior bringing in Simmons, brings in leadership and IQ. Can totally get behind that. Yep. Miguel, appreciate the 5-bomb. Love your channel. Going to bed. We'll be back. Favorite Eagles channel. I appreciate that. Heck yeah. Appreciate you hanging out as well. And good night to you. We will have, all the breaking news as soon as it happens and everything else. Hoping to get another show out as well tomorrow, but we'll see. Crazy days and all the streaming and everything else, but appreciate the 5. Yeah, Jack says it's going to be sad when they hoist the Lombardi. Think Kelce could have been there. I think he knows. He for sure knows how it's going to be, right? I mean, like he said on a couple different interviews on the latest New Heights episode, and then there was some other interview. I can't remember who he was being interviewed by, but he's saying like he knows that Howie is going to make some moves, and this team's going to be good. They've made some changes, obviously with the coaching staff too. But that'll be the saddest part. Yeah. Cool Rain says we need to convince Jason Kelce to come back. Honestly, I think, and curious, maybe you guys feel differently. I feel like the only way that Jason comes back is middle of the season signing. Like if we need something for depth, again, hopefully, knock on wood, nobody gets injured. But if you have an injury or you just need depth on the O-line or something, that I could see happening. Say, hey, Jason, we're sitting here, we're looking good, we're first in the NFC, whatever. Like it looks really promising. That to me feels like a possibility because he loves the game of football, and it's like, oh, okay, well, I didn't have to take all the bruises and everything else through training camp and preseason and regular season and all this other stuff, and he can come in towards the end or, at least the midpoint of the season and then really just be healthy and available for the playoff run. Feels like that's a possibility. I don't know. If you're going to convince him to come back, seems like the most likely way, but yeah. And also I'm seeing the comments of having a safety helps at corner. I'm still wondering how much it's going to help in terms of a Burntberry. Does he turn back into Bradbury? It's definitely not ready to say that he turns in back into APJB or JBAP, but it helps because you play with a lot more confidence. So I would say that. But honestly, I mean, I'd kind of be ready to move on from Bradbury and just go with someone else. If you want to give Bradbury more of a chance. Let's see here. Major Facepalm. Missed this one a second ago, but says, in your opinion, who is the best linebacker free agent still available? Thanks. Great show. Appreciate that. Yeah. Good question. Out of the available linebacker free agents, I don't know, because I kind of go back and forth in this whole deal of like, do you get some veteran leadership and an older presence and everything else? I could see it, but I might say Bobby Wagner. Like the way dude played last season, I feel like he's still got some left. I think that he could play well. He's familiar with a Fangio style of defense. He's got the connection with Clint Hurt. So a lot of those things make a lot of sense. And I would say, I mean, if if the money's right and everything else, then sure, you might get something there and combine with the youth and Nakobe Dean, and they could learn from that. So I don't know. I don't mind it, but if I were to say like best available and what might work, teaming up with a Nakobe Dean, that's probably where I would lean towards is a Bobby Wagner. Devin White is a possibility too. I mean, I know people are saying that, and there's potential there. He previously had said he wanted to be with the Eagles, so maybe so. Let's see. I keep asking questions, but they're getting skipped over. I'm sorry. Did I miss one? I'm trying to go through, and I start talking, so I'm trying to. It updates to the most recent, so sometimes it just all automatically takes me to the bottom. Did I miss one? Keep asking questions, but they're getting skipped over. Let me see. I'll try to find it here. All right, it's. I can't seem to find it here, but ask. I mean, I'll try to ask it again. And I'll answer it if I can. Okay, Josh B said he thought about it on the podcast for Kelce. Yeah, it wasn't a still a possibility, but okay, yeah, is interested in losing weight. Yeah, you see a lot of defensive linemen, I guess, football players in general, but certainly O-line, D-line that get a lot leaner after their playing days. So some people saying stay retired. He's old, let him go. That's fair. Fitness Warrior saying technically, if he's still in the building and helping, you really think that he'll get a ring? I mean, heck, he probably could even not be officially on the roster or even, in the building basically. And I think if they won, they'd figure out a way to get him a ring. I think they'd say, all right, hey, here's a ring. Juergens is going to be good though. In Jordan02, opinion on Josh Sweat saying, I'll miss y'all on Instagram. Yeah, I talked about it a second ago, but again, to me, that's one of two things or maybe a combination of both, but I think it suggests that Howie Roseman said, hey, we're going to try to move on from you. Maybe they don't, because again, if we remember back to last offseason, Slay was out of here. Slay was basically saying, peace out. A deal seemed to be done, and some people quickly wrote him off, and then he kept receipts once he ended up coming back, and people recanted on those tweets and everything else. It was kind of comical, but sometimes things change. You're either going to move on from a player, or you're going to try to work a deal, and then it doesn't turn out that way. So maybe not. It might not be impossible that Sweat stays, but I think ultimately that just means that there's some sort of communication or conversation of Howie Roseman being like, hey, we're going to move on from you, or we're trying to trade you, or his agent hearing things about that, whatever the case may be. But I think that, he knows it in all likelihood he's not going to be in Philly. So yeah, there's a post that he responded to, and then, people react to that. But I would be surprised. I will say, I would be surprised if he doesn't get traded. I mean, honestly, by like tomorrow. Certainly by the end of the week, but tomorrow I would think you're probably moving on from Josh Sweat, because you want to get a deal done. You want to start trading and knowing where you're going to be at and making other moves possibly. So it seems like we'd have something fairly soon. He just doesn't fit great, in my opinion, in Fangio's scheme either. So Josh Sweat feels like a lot more likely to be on the move. And Hassan certainly could be as well, but I guess you never know. There's a chance that he could return, get an extension done, and work that out. Major Facepalm, any chance of drafting Jackson Powers Johnson at center, leaving Juergens at guard? I don't think, honestly, man. I think that if you get Jackson Powers Johnson, and I love JPJ, I still want to go defense, but I do love his ability. He's a stud. I think if you got him, though, he would have to be right guard. Juergens is not it. And Juergens is going to be good. He's going to be really good as a center. I fully believe that. I've said it a number of times, but to me, right guard is not his position, and so you need to move on from that. JPJ seems like a bigger guy who could play the right guard position and perform really well. So he kind of be your Landon Dickerson of sorts, where he's a center, but he's moved to left guard. This one in the case of center, but moved to right guard. That's where I feel like you would try to go that direction. Justin Moore, you seem tired, man. It has been a really long day. I got, not a whole lot of sleep. 3.5 hours of sleep or whatever last night, and about the same the last couple nights. Free agency, tampering period, everything else, cranking out videos, live shows, streams, everything else. It's just a busy time of the year. So it might be a little bit tired by this point. Jasper, appreciate the 2, says signing CJ again brings me 2022 nostalgia. Yeah. It does take you back. It's weird. I kind of made a comment of the full circle element of, like, when I started the channel about a year ago, one of the first live streams that we did was breaking the news that CJ was on the move, like that he was leaving. And it was strange because it was like very close, or I think maybe March Madness had just started. And the reason I remember that is because there was a late night game on, and all of a sudden it's breaking news, and we're going live at like, I think it was like 11 p.m., something like that, crazy late. But yeah, it was like, okay, hey, CJ, even though we thought he'd be coming back, is not anymore. So, but yeah, you rewind all the way to getting CJ the first time, and what was that, August, whenever they had signed him, and the potential there. So, I don't know, love the signing, bringing it back, seeing that you made a potential mistake in adding to this team. But yeah, it feels kind of strange now, a year for me anyway, and it's like we were just talking about him leaving, and now he's coming back on a multi-year deal. So, should be good. Should be making some differences, that's for sure. All right, I'm gonna jump off here in just a second. I appreciate everybody hanging out, but I got to go help with the kiddos, and I'm tired, like I mentioned a second ago too. So I'm gonna try to sleep. I've been refreshing as we've been going on this chat too, seeing if there's any new news or anything else. But at this point in this hour, surely there is nothing else that they're going to do. Oh, by the way, I guess the Packers and Xavier McKinney, that he gave the Giants a chance to match the deal, and they passed. So there's a thing to laugh at the Giants for. They had an opportunity to keep X, and they chose not to. All right, I'll answer just a couple more. Then I'm gonna jump off. But I appreciate you guys hanging out. Liam says, you're a beast, dude. Love your content, passion, and coverage. Respect. I appreciate that. Justin says you're doing great. I also very much thanks. Last question from In Jordan says, in what position, what do you think that, or in what position order do you think we'll draft? I hope, and I guess I'll go with this the same thing, but I hope we go corner first and go linebacker second. As of right now, because again, it'll probably change a little bit more as we see free agency. But as of today, I would say corner first, linebacker second, and O-lineman with the next pick. Or you could reverse those because they're two like within 3 picks of each other. But if you're not making any trades, supposing that you have those first three, that's kind of the route that I would go with. So, yes, Cam says Edgerrin Cooper is the pick. I would love Edgerrin Cooper. Truth be told said, what happened to the drawing? Yeah, I did it earlier. There was a, let's see, where's the name here? It's Renusin. Renusin won it. I'm going to post a picture on the community page as well. So they'll have a week to claim the Saquon jersey. If they didn't get it, then I'll post it again. We'll do it for a live stream, and we'll actually give it away to somebody who's on the show. But appreciate you guys. If you haven't already, please hit the like button. Make sure to subscribe. We are close to 50,000 subs. Again, that is insane for a year ago of starting the channel, but you guys are the best. You know that. A lot more to happen. Tomorrow is going to be, I'm sure, crazy. Nate, dude, I appreciate it. The 5 here at the end. But yes, we will see you guys next time tomorrow, or if I'm getting ready for bed here and in a second we have a signing, I'll come right back on and we'll be live. So turn the notifications on, but we'll see you guys. Until next time, go Birds.